Yeah.
So, it's like seeing dead bodies that die from starvation is like looking at a tree, that's how normal it is for North Korean people. Just look at them and in the morning you wake up and you go around the train station and they go in a cart and just put the dead bodies like sticks when you are dead and now why it becomes like stick, you are not like, you cannot move. So you just pile them up like big sticks and they carry them away.
Wow.
And this is like daily life.
I mean, there's so like here's one of the things in all transparency, and Andrew, I'm gonna let you jump in here in a second. Like hearing your interview both on Lex Friedman and Joe Rogan,
Mm-hmm.
you gave both examples of this. I think here in the West, we are so sometimes isolated from death. You think like a car accident happens where there's a fatality. First responders come in, that's a good thing, but they clean up the mess, they get everything out of the way. And we're given so much. You're in New York, so you think about Times Square, and there's
Mm-hmm.
so many lights and things flashing and excitement in the air. But I think in some ways we're somewhat isolated from the reality of death, like
Mm-hmm.
here in the West. Like I don't know. I'll just tell you a story and maybe get your thoughts on it. Andrew, I'll let you jump in here a second. Like I remember, I was a couple years ago. I was driving home from work and I saw a fatal accident on the side of the road, and I saw someone who more than likely was alive 30 minutes prior. They were dead. They were
Mm-hmm.
pinned in the bottom of the car. I had PTSD for about 3 weeks just seeing that. But you, on the other hand, this is something that you just saw like on a regular basis, like as a young child, and you like I just and it was just this is just so normal for you. I mean, at what point ever was it like this was not okay for me to see this? Was this when you got to Korea, when you got to South Korea, to the United States, where eventually, because this was normal for you? Like, does
Yeah,
that go ahead?
so that's the thing. Like in North Korea, they deny humanity to the point they don't even teach us what empathy or compassion or love is to the people.
Yeah.
So growing up in North Korea, actually, I never thought you had to feel compassion for people who's dying. Simply just because it was too many, and also it could be just easily you, you know?
Hmm.
And so I don't think like I remember when I came to America, I was writing my first book and my agent was telling me that I need to get a therapy, like go see a therapist for my PTSD. And my question was like, what's a therapy? What's PTSD? It's not
Hmm.
a concept
Yeah,
for North Koreans. So of course, it's a great concept and then it's a great thing. PTSD is real, but
for sure.
when you live in that kind of world, you don't have a luxury to get traumatized. You don't have a
Wow.
luxury to fear things. It's a survivor.
Hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Andrew, what questions do you have,
When
man?
Yeah, when I'm thinking about North Korea and the United States, or even like North Korea, the Soviet Union, Yomi, what do you think is the fundamental presuppositions behind the worldview, right, of Marxist Leninism, and in North Korea that leads to this type of life where there's people dying from starvation? They're not seeing value in the individual human, because here in the West, we would say that
Mm,
our modern West society is built on presuppositions that are given to us that are rights from God, right? That we're made in the image of God, that we're worthy of dignity, life, respect, and the pursuit of happiness, things of that nature. Like, what are the fundamental presuppositions of communism that led to a life where there's starvation and death?
so you mean the examples of what happened in America that is resembling to North Korea, or
What I'm asking is, what is the
mm,
worldview over
mm,
there with the communistic worldview that
mm,
leads to death and suffering? Like, what are the fundamental presuppositions behind that worldview? Like, is there a God?
yeah.
If there is no God, is it atheism? So there's no life, no value. Therefore, you
Mm.
can do what you want to others in order to exact what you want from them. Like, what are some of those presuppositions that led to communism?
I think it begins with a lot of things. I think in order to kill this many people, I think there got to be a lot of horrible ideas in it. I think one definitely I can see is not respecting individuals. Like in North Korea, the all these propaganda slogans we have to say and memorize that. as an individual, you don't matter. You matter on your own ways, like when you're in a part of big collective. So, the one needs to learn sacrifice for the big collective good. And that's how they teach us. So therefore, you're not going to have any respect for human life, right? Because the only thing that matters is a big collective.
Right.
And not only that, the other ideology is about destroying the meritocracy. So in North Korea, if you want to be a dictator, I mean, the leader, it's not about you become competent and understanding the policies and gonna run for election. Your father needs to be in the bloodline of Kim, right? And even being a doctor, being a farmer, being a scientist, all of that is purely based on a bloodline. Or what would they say, like, do you have the oppressor blood or you have the oppressed blood? So people getting elected to power position in decision making, they are very dumb and stupid and very ignorant. So when it comes to farming, I think it happened in the Soviet Union. Oh, because our dear leader said this, it's gonna work. This is a communist way. And of course it's not scientific at all. So that horrible decisions when it comes to farming, economy, healthcare, that does kill most of people who are in the bottom. And the last idea, I think that what is very, very horrible is that, like what you said, they become gods themselves. They kill gods. Like what the first thing that North Korean regime did when they came to power was killing all the Christians. And if you ever read the Bible or if you ever met a Christian, that's how you get executed. So they remove all other competing, I guess, not even idea, competing, God or ideas, and then they become God themselves. And that really kills people's ability to understand truth and think critically. So I think it's like, yeah, really, but the thing is, right now in America, they claim the same idea of equity. It's not about competence and meritocracy. It's all about how can we be equitable. Let's hire this many women, this many gender of different transgenders to become a pilot. Like you just want somebody who can fly the plane very well, right? And this is how it all begins.
How is Kim Jong-un viewed? And also, you think of Kim Jong-il, the similarities, are they viewed as sort of a divine figure, like a savior, like a Christ-like figure, where he is the ultimate savior? Everyone they're the ones that must be looked to, or how is Kim Jong-un viewed?
So I escaped the time of Kim Jong-il. So, I don't know how people really think about Kim Jong-un. Then I meet people that come out of North Korea these days and I ask them what did you think about Kim Jong-un? And of course they think that he's a son of God, right?
Yeah.
And when I was in North Korea too, I literally believed that they were gods. They could read my mind. They have supernatural powers. They can move the mountains and exactly copy the Bible telling us that their body dies, but their spirit lives with us forever. And, when we die, we join in Sorcerer's paradise. So they are definitely gods to North Korean people.